Welcome back, DigiDs. Thank you for clicking on the video, and today we're going to be going right back into Kerbal Space Program 2. And don't mind me, I'm just watching little Kerbals here kind of do their little workout with their little arms and their little legs. I was just kind of checking out the training center here to see what they really have, and it's just kind of great. This music's bopping. If you're not at least dancing in your chair a little bit right now, then you must be really dead inside, and I hope that your day is going well. But today, we're going to be trying again our hand at doing another... Let's get out of here with the little music. Everything's little today. But instead, we need to think big. That's our problem. Last time, our plane was too small. Everything was too small. The fuselage was small, the cockpit was small, the wings were small, our brains were small. Now, we need to think bigger, at least medium brain time. Because right now, I was looking over at the parts earlier, I didn't really build anything, but I did have a couple of ideas in store. So immediately I saw this that stuck out to me. This is a beautiful cockpit, and honestly, that is just screaming to be built upon. And I know that they have fuel tanks specifically for this. Now, it's not the regular methalox. We need the regular methanes. That's what we're going for. So let's go ahead and throw a couple of these on. So we need a long one. There we go. And then we can do a short one. Now, I could have swore there was an adapter somewhere. Ah! So the regular methalox fuel tanks have an adapter, but they still have methane, right? So these other ones hold 4 tons of methane, and this one also holds 4 tons of methane and 1.6 tons of oxidizer, but I can just turn off the oxidizer. And that just saves me all of that weight. I don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's perfect. We've got that set up. Get rid of that parts manager. It's so big. I hope that they change that in the future. Like, I kind of prefer the method that we had before. You know, I might even go back and play an episode of Kerbal Space Program 1. You know, a actually real updated video of me playing KSP 1 instead of my one from like 3 years ago when I need to go back and maybe rewatch that because I think I just kind of threw some garbage out there and it was more testing stuff rather than like taking it seriously. But I should probably revisit KSP 1 and see and like give a big comparison to what KSP 2 is now because, I mean, again, early access, so it's not going to have a lot available yet. But let's get back to building here. So for our engines, not solid fuels, jet engines, what we need is what has the best atmospheric thrust. So this has 130 at 1 atmosphere. This one has 85. This has 360, but those aren't going to fit. These are rated small, but they fit on there. Yeah. I mean, double the power, right? 130 kilonewtons at 1 atmosphere. That should be more than enough. But now we need aerodynamics. Where is it? Yeah, the air intakes. Why don't we just throw on as much air intake as we really can? Because if we... I want it so even if we're going super slow, we don't have a whole lot of airflow, we can still get all this air intake. That way, at any speed, we can always have some going through. Because without it, the engines end up just kind of like dying out. They sputter. Not enough air flowing through, nothing to, you know, get them going. And that might be a bit excessive. Might be. But they're aerodynamic, I suppose. In a sense. I guess we're still in the stabilizers, so... Or we're still in the aerodynamics. What about... No, we don't need 2 of them. Yeah, throw on a tail fin. There we go. It's starting to take shape. It just looks kind of like a torpedo right now. We need wings. What about the... Oh, that's a little bit too big. Can I just go small wings again? There we go. Oh, I need 2 of them. Symmetry mode. Perfect. Where is... Yeah, here's our center of mass. Where's our pressure? Okay. So we are way ahead. But we're not done yet. Because I think we're going to add a little bit more mass up front. What I missed... Let's throw on a stabilizer. Utility. I thought there was one that was this shape. Maybe it was a drone. Yeah, it's a drone that's that shape. That should have, yeah, it has the reaction wheel that's built into it. There we go. So that's a little bit more mass up front. That's gonna be a little bit on the electrical. So let's throw like a small solar panel, like 2 of them, just right on the sides. I don't think that'll be too much of an issue. It has a little bit of more power generation then. Ooh, you know what? Gears. So I saw that someone commented that I should try the larger wheels as like landing gear, but the problem is that they do not reach low enough. I could kind of like do something like this, but I just don't think that they'll reach low enough. I think I'm still gonna end up hitting the ground accidentally. They're faced at a weird angle. However, with something that's bigger like this might be more stable with these wheels this time. So it's not going to tip over because I have a large wingspan. Now it's starting to look like a real plane. I know what I'm doing here. I just have to actually maybe take a little bit seriously for once, you know? Alright, so we have that. I do want the nose to be pointed up a tiny bit. So I wonder if I can... Is this going to be on the same playing field? It is. It doesn't... Okay, that goes up a tiny bit. Right there is good. But now, I'm going to turn off snap. We're going to take this and move it down just a tiny bit. And maybe a slight rotation. There we go. And now that should be just a slight, like, nose lift compared to the other 2. Somewhat aerodynamic. It looks a little funky. But it'll work, it'll work. What else are we missing? We've got the wings. Oh, you know, we're going to need parachutes. I guess we're not going to need them. You know, real planes don't have... Again, unless it's a space plane, but this isn't exactly a space plane. But most planes don't have parachutes to stop them. I feel like airports would be a lot more spectacular if they were. I guess we can just kind of throw them onto the side. Oh, you know, let's just throw in symmetry mode. There we go. I don't know how many I'm going to need, but let's just throw 2 different sets on there. Is there a way I can split that? Or is it because I copied it from there? Let's see if I can make it a separate set if I do it. If I take it from the actual menu. No, it still combines them. Oh well. Because I was going to maybe like save one for like the first landing, like save second for coming back. If I have to come back to the runway. But that'll do. Okay, I feel like we're missing something, but I can't quite put my finger on it. What are we missing? I've got 2 engines. Oh, okay, check your staging. Yeah, bring down the other engine to start the same time as that one. We've got more than enough air intake. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at our wheels. Braking power. Let's turn the braking power on these back wheels up. Turn on the light. But on the front wheel, we can turn the braking power to only, like, let's say 125. So these back ones will brake harder, pulling it back instead of the nose. Just don't want it to tip forward, you know, if I suddenly brake real hard. Turn on the light of that. I think we're ready to go, DigiDs. This plane actually came together pretty well, pretty fast. I knew that all these parts were here somewhere. I remember seeing them vaguely around. I just have to put them all together. Is there anything else? Let's take a look at our center of mass and... Okay, I feel like that's a little bit too far forward. Is there any way I can bring more mass to the front? You know, I can take this. Let's move the wing up a little bit. If it'll actually work with me here. Why are you all flipped around? Work with me. There we go. So what if I bring this up? That is backwards. Other way. There we go. Bring this up a little bit so that way it actually turns more on the center of mass. Or maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want the actual back end to be... Why are you flipping around? Work with me. There we go. I want to bring this whole lift center back is what I'm trying to do. I want to get... Let's move the parachutes. And then we can take the wing back. I suppose that'll work. Let's take this whole thing. It likes to disorientate itself whenever I detach it. There we go. Okay, better, better. Further. Okay, now I'm a little bit behind it. Let's move it forward. Ooh, you know, that might be good right there. I wish it'd be back just a tiny bit more. So I'm going to use this little line at the very tip of my mouse. I'm going to use that as a marker. So I'm going to take it back just a tiny bit. Yeah, I think that's good. Almost, and you know what? No, no, no. I'm sorry. I want it just perfect. There we go. There we go. That's the last time I'll touch it. There we go. And it brings the wheels further back too, so that should be more stable and keeping like the whole ass end up when I'm trying to land this and not take off my engines. I almost feel like I should put like some training wheels on the back just in case they tap the end. But oh well. I think we're set to go. Let's give this baby a launch. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I might have too much of a front side lift. Oh wow, look at that, DigiDs. If I can just get it to barely block the sun. Wow. You know, I thought I had a thumbnail before, but that might be a good enough thumbnail. I wanted to go back into the VAB to change the front wheel, but I can't miss up an opportunity to take off in this sunlight. Are you ready, Bob Kerman? He doesn't look so prepared, but he looks somewhat confident. He knows what he's doing. Alright, DigiDs, looking over the shoulder of our plane, let's take off into this beautiful sunrise, my god. Full throttle. Keep her straight. You got this, Bob. I should probably have given you a co-pilot. Let's start to lift up. We're airborne. Retract the landing gear. Reduce the drag. We have liftoff, DigiDs, and this is actually going pretty smoothly. It's going straight. Let's see how much authority we have, and it's okay. We can go up and down pretty good. Let's try turning away from the sun. Ooh, ooh, nice. I think I've built myself a proper jet here. Look at this thing. It's got so much control. Yeah. What's that warning as they're off to my left side? Lack of stellar exposure, paint ineffective. What is that? Oh, it's talking about the solar panels. Charge on up, yeah. DGDs, I built myself a proper jet. Blasting off into the sunrise, blinding us all. I'll try not to look at it too much. That is bright. Let's go above the cloud line. Give her a spin. This thing is doing great. Look at our bottom right. We've got all the air intake. We're at 0.04 out of 0.05. I feel like you almost can't ever get max. You just like lose one out of whatever reasons. I don't know, but maybe I could add more. However, our liquid fuel, we don't have as much fuel as I thought we would, but it seems to be holding on for quite a while. I can almost like upgrade this entire plane by just making it longer with more fuel, I suppose. We are going pretty fast, so it could be like a long-haul cruiser if I wanted to go to the Polar Express. Go all the way to the polar ice cap. That'd be a long one. Oh, that is beautiful. How you liking the view up here, Bob? He's enjoying it. He's got a job to do. Wow, that is stable. Oh no, I just actually alt-tabbed. Okay, back in, back in. There we go, above the cloud line. Now, I think, isn't there an island out here somewhere? I should be able to see it from up here. I remember, it wasn't it last episode there we saw an island? Or maybe it's the first one. When we went to the Mun that we saw on our way back. Yeah, it was the first episode when we went to the Mun. No, the second episode when we went to the Mun. I'm sorry, I'm getting all of them mixed up. We saw them when we were flying over. I mean, that there's islands under here somewhere. I can probably reduce my throttle while we're falling. Go to like a cruising speed. Is there like an island hidden underneath these clouds? Ah, there it is. Out there in the distance. Alright. Well, let's just give her a full throttle then. Oh, no, not zero throttle. Full throttle. Through the cloud line. That might be another thumbnail right there. My God, that is... You know, in my off time, in my spare time, I like taking, like, photos all the time of video games. And just, like, the magnificence of how beautiful they can be. And this is... fantastic. Couldn't ask for a better morning to fly this plane out on. And this is actually working. I don't know how this is doing so well compared to my other one. I promise you, I've not. I only looked around and just looked at the parts. I didn't even put anything together or even fly anything. I just, like, this should all work. And I put it all together and it's working. I am very surprised. So we've got a little bit more than half fuel left. So yeah, I definitely need more fuel in this thing. But let's go ahead and see if we can land on this island and then take our way back and go land on the runway back at base. And technically speaking, we should be a little bit better. Even if we have a little bit less than half fuel by the time we land, we should be a little bit fine because we're going to weigh less, we can go faster, right? So the more fuel we use up, the less we weigh. And I could even like throttle down a little bit, you know. So let's see if I can get myself a good approach going here. Get a little bit of altitude to give myself a better turn and like more time. Let's throttle down a little bit. Give her a good... No, a little bit more, a little bit more. Let's get it lined up with the long ways. Keep her steady. Wow, this handles so well. I must have gotten that thrust just perfect. Or with that lift on top of the mass center, but just a tiny bit in front of it is exactly what I wanted. Okay, let's start slowing down a little bit more. Let's take out the landing gear so we can get some of that drag. Okay, slow down more, slow down more. Like a 25% speed. Don't come down too fast. I gotta tell you, because the ground texture is a little like flat looking, it's kind of hard to tell exactly where the ground is. But is there... Oh, there's a shadow. I can tell with the shadow, I suppose. Okay, zero throttle. Up. Oh, no. Oh, God. I must have hit the ground too fast. It popped. No. Parachutes. Oh, don't take out the engine. Don't take out the engine. I can't see. Brakes. Dang it, we lost an engine. Well, so do you think we can still... So we could fly like 50% with 2 engines. So we can probably fly at 100% with 1 engine? This is gonna be the real test of how maneuverable this thing's gonna be. Still a beautiful way to land. Well, let's give this a try. There's no other way to find out other than just doing it. I'm surprised we even managed to land this. But you can tell it is a little bumpy around here. Oh, no! Dang it! Alright. Wheels, brake. Well, we made it to the island. Okay. I took out both of my engines. Oh. Well, we made it to the island. I'm surprised we even made it this far. But that is why I wanted to... I realized I was pointed up too high with this front wheel. I guess I probably should keep it more horizontal. I mean, having it pointed up is just going to get my engines killed, which it already has. That's why I should just put training wheels on the back of them. Let's revert back to the VAB. Revert to VAB. Confirm revert. Wow, I'm still blown away by how perfect that was. Or maybe I should have just recovered and then went back to the VAB, but eh. So I need to raise that wheel a little bit. There we go. Put it back. And then these engines. Oh, can I put training wheels on these? Do I have a tiny... I do have some tiny wheels. Hold up. Hold up. Hang on. Can I attach these somehow? There's got to be a way. So I'm going to put these on. I'm going to rotate this around. Where is it? I'm going to take this and just move it back. And just move him back. Move him back. And then I can move him up a tiny bit. There. You know what? Okay, let's turn off the snap mode so I can get it out of the bell nozzle. Let's just say it's attached on the bottom. There. Now they can't hit the ground, right? You know, maybe I should rotate them a tiny bit. Let's rotate them so they hit the wheels first. I don't want them to hit the base of like the casing. Yeah, why not? Let's give her one more spin. I'm blown away by how well this is flying. Let's give her one more spin. You know what? Let's give you also a second Kerbin. We've got Kerbal Manager. Who do we have here? Valentine, Tim C, Orlin, Dudesel, Dilbury, Orpond, Erdis, Merger, Billy, Bob G, and Dilvin. And of course, we've got Bob. Well, let's give Valentine in there. And let's get rid of Bob. Bob's already got his flight time. And you know what? Merger Kerman, he looks like a guy I can trust. And also, he's looking very green. A real greenhorn, I suppose. Oh dear. Is the front still too high? The front stump might be a little bit too high. We'll take a look at our little Kerman here. Yeah. I don't know why, like, Merger, on your photo, you looked a lot greener, but in person, I guess that's just like he's really tan. Is that like their version of tan? We got Valentine and Merger here. I don't know who the pilot is or co-pilot. I have no idea. I think the pilot usually sits on the left, but I'm not sure. But we still get to take off in this. That's why I was saying that maybe I should have recovered and then went back to the VAB, because now we have to stare into the sun again as we take off. But oh well, twice the beauty. But what I want to do is I want to give this another go. I want to give a good fly around, like a big loop-de-loop, or come around and come land on the runway. I want to give this thing a proper runway landing. Little training wheels hanging off the back. Let's see if we can give... Oh, we can... Hang on. I spot a beautiful threading that I can try. Hold up. I can do this. I can do this. Miss it. Miss it. Yeah. Around the satellite dish. Woo, this thing's got a good... It can really get its tail end just like turned around fast. Yeah. The control is amazing. I don't need to see that popping up every time though, lack of solar exposure. It's a plane. Oh, these are the other launch pads. Let's give these a kind of a buzz. And not hit the ground. There goes one. Over these ponds. These water retaining areas. They probably pump their water deluge system from these. I always wondered about that. Honestly, I don't know that for sure, where they get all their water, but I think they do pump a lot of it from like nearby ponds and stuff that they like use, but I don't know. I could be wrong. You know what? No, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Come on, we can make this. Okay. Slow down the engines. Slow down the engines. Take out the wheels. Flare up. I need to get lined up into this blinding sun that I can barely see. Ooh, ooh. Slow down, slow down. I shouldn't be bouncing like this. Oh, come on. There is no reason that should be bouncing like that. I barely touched the ground. Early access, early access. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That's why you don't want to bounce. Break, break. That I count that as a success. We landed and nothing broke, and we didn't have to use the parachutes. I will call that a success, and they are shivering with excitement of how fun that was, right guys? They're left speechless. Well, thank you, DigiDs. I think we've really accomplished what we set out to do. Maybe, you know, hey, let me know down below in the comments if you'd like to see maybe like an even larger plane that can go like all the way to the polar ice caps, making like a nice like long edited video about that, just kind of flying over the horizon for our campaign New Horizons. Or maybe should we actually go set our mind on trying to go land on the Mun or further planets like Mars or Duna, I suppose they call it. But, you know, hey, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'll probably just choose something spur of the moment, whatever I feel like doing. And yeah, thank you for checking out the video. Smash that subscribe button if you like these videos, and come see yourself come back for more. And I still don't know how to do outros. I still don't. I'm sorry. If anything, you should watch towards the ends of these videos just to see how terrible I butcher them. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.